I'll try to answer it as briefly as I can. We have such a out of control illegal immigration problem because we have a broken legal immigration problem. Our farmers don't have enough H-2B workers to pick their crops. We all like to eat, but you know, if you're working in a machine shop and you hire somebody, or you need somebody to come in here and work in that machine shop, you may have a week or two or a month to hire somebody. If you're picking peaches, you only got a certain amount of time that you can pick those peaches. If they stay on the tree too long, they're coming. And so you need somebody right away to come in here and work. Well, that was done through people coming across the border, and then they would go home. That got to be a dangerous trip for a lot of people. If you'll notice, 20 years ago, people that were in this country illegally, they didn't come out in the daytime. They kind of came out real early in the morning, would get in a pickup truck, go work, come home, kind of congregate together because they didn't have any family up here. They lived together, 15, 20 to a house. Then all of a sudden, you know, they realized that the police wasn't really doing anything with them. Then they realized that they could educate their kids here, first-class education, get help here. So now all of a sudden, because they didn't want to have to pay to go home and get back, they enjoyed the money and they enjoyed the work, and their employers loved them, liked them. Then they said, hey honey, why don't you come on up and bring the kids? And that's one more trip. They can go to school, we can get them health care, everything's good. And so they started coming up, you know, the illegal people started coming up, and then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, they're not in the shadows anymore. They're protesting at our courthouses and our state capitals. So what's happened? Well, what's happened is that we have just been constantly kind of turning our head to the illegals, because if you don't think we don't need some of these immigrant workers, you got your head in the sand. We do. These folks, our economy needs them. But we're a country of laws. And there are ways to become a citizen. And those things have been in place since Ellis Island, how to become a citizen. But we have not kept up with the need of this country for immigrant workers. And we've made it more difficult for them to get here. And so I've got people that are trying to immigrate from Russia, from Pakistan, have been trying to do it for 10 years. And you know, you almost feel like telling them, why don't you go to Mexico and just come on in? But that's not the way we do it. So I think what we're going to have to do, this is the Lynn Westmoreland chain of thought. We need to say, look, we want to know who you are, and here's what we're going to do. If you'll come for us and tell us your true identity, we're going to give you an identification card, whether it's biometric or whatever it is. If you have not been on any government assistance, if you've been paying your taxes, and we take taxes from a lot of illegals every day that they'll never get any benefit of. But if you've been paying your taxes, you haven't been in any trouble, you haven't been on any government assistance, and we're going to give you an opportunity to identify yourself, who you really are, give you an identification card. You can stay here for 5 years with another 5-year extension and another 5-year extension, and you can go home, you can go back and forth. Because a lot of these people up here that come to work, they do want to see their family every now and then. Now, in that, there's no path to citizenship. Because if they want to become a citizen, then they need to go back home and get in line like everybody else. I don't see a path to citizenship in anything that we can do. I do think there's opportunities for him and her to come here, to be able to work, to stay out of trouble, to be part of society. But you know, It's not fair to all the people that's been waiting 10 years to immigrate to this country under a normal process through all the rules and regs that we have, to have 12 million people jump in line in front of them. It's not fair. And so, but that's a course that I think we need to look at. We need to do comprehensive immigration reform, but we cannot do it until we seal the border. When Reagan did it in '86, he allowed amnesty for supposedly 4 million people. It ended up being 8 million people because when they knew the amnesty was going to be recognized, they flooded in here.